Okay, everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino. It is Friday, July 15, 2022. Sit down. Something happened today, and I don't think it's going to surprise a single one of you because it's part of the mechanism that we have discussed right here over and over, especially as of late. But this is big, and I mean big. I'm going to read something to you. This is directly off of Yahoo Finance. If you want to read this article for yourself, I'm just going to read a little bit of it. I'm going to place a link in the description of this video. So check this out. Here's the headline. European Central Bank bond tool seen having no limits as steeper rate hikes loom. That's the title, Yahoo Finance. Now let's move forward here. The European Central Bank will unveil an unlimited, that's their word, read it for yourself, bond buying tool next week to help markets better adjust to steeper and faster interest rate hikes. People, this is exactly what I have been talking about with all of you. They're not going to stop. Today's rally in the stock market, in case you didn't notice, we had a very powerful rally here in the stock market across the board. What's driving this? Well, how about unlimited bond purchases by the European Central Bank? The market understands that the Federal Reserve, of course, must and will follow suit. It doesn't matter what comes out of their mouth. They can say they're doing this, that, and the other thing, people. They can even show you on their public balance sheet. Understand, the Federal Reserve, like most major corporations on earth, have two balance sheets. The public balance sheet that everyone can look at and everyone gets all happy about it. And then there's the dark side balance sheet, okay? Stuff that the people are not allowed to see, only the deep insiders understand. And this is common knowledge here with the Federal Reserve and with most corporations on earth. They have two balance sheets now. So how this is being spun, today's rally in the market. Oh, great economic news. Retail sales picked up a whole percentage point. But you see, what they're not allowing you to know here, perhaps people are out there buying things, but the truth of the matter is people have to pay more for everything, okay? So this is being reflected in this unexpectedly fantastic retail sales number for which people are borrowing beyond their eyeballs. Again, you know this. Consumer debt, personal debt, household debt is skyrocketing. New record highs every freaking day. People can't make ends meet. We have a savings rate of negative. It's below zero at this particular time. And we found out that consumer sentiment, no surprise, it's falling off of a cliff. People are getting strangled to death, but they want you to believe people are out here and they are spending. Yeah, they're being forced to spend because inflation is skyrocketing. Now let's go back to this European Central Bank issue, an unlimited bond buying program, which is going to be followed by the Fed. There's no doubt about it. Got the market all giddy today. Like I said, almost 700-point gain in the Dow. Stocks higher across the board here. The weaker dollar. What is this? When a central bank, let's figure this out together. I'm not the brightest guy at all. You're a lot smarter than I am. Trust me on this. So when a central bank, like the European Central Bank, the Federal Reserve, or just pick one, says, hey, you know what we're going to do? We're going to embark on an unlimited bond buying extravaganza. Where do they get the cash from? Exactly. They got to add it to a digital screen. They got to create it out of nothing. And once this is done and a central bank gets into the debt market and starts buying, what does that do? Exactly. It creates more inflation. Why isn't anybody talking about this? They won't do it. You have to understand. First of all, this thing here that the European Central Bank is starting to do beginning next week, an unlimited bond buying program, which will be followed up by the Federal Reserve, it's going to be kept under the radar. You see, they can't allow people to understand what's actually going on. If people really knew the financial system, how it works, its dark underbelly. I can't imagine what people would actually do. No, people have no clue at all how the financial system works. You do if you follow this blog. I think you have a very keen understanding of it. So today's rally had nothing to do, and I mean zero, with this, fantastic retail sales number that people are being forced to pay more for everything. Okay, no, it's the European Central Bank now saying next week, here we go, people, unlimited bond buying. Again, there is a link in the description of this video. So you can see Greg's not just pulling this out of a hat. Okay, it's actually happening. Remember, you're not going to hear about it. It's going to be hidden in plain sight, as things always are. So on the back of this rally today here in the stock market, we had a slightly weaker dollar. I'm talking about its comparative strength or its relative strength here. Gold, a fractional loss. Silver put on a gain here. Crude oil getting bid up by about 2%. Bitcoin hovering around 21,000, and the 10-year yield relatively stable, people, about 2.92 the last time I looked. So what we have here is something you and I already knew was going to happen. Another mechanism to continue to pull cash into the now, and that's exactly what the European Central Bank is embarking on beginning next week, an unlimited bond buying program. And, don't call this quantitative easing. That's exactly what it is. It's more stimulus for the market. It's massively inflationary. It's going to rob savers blind. Even those of you out here who have a high yield saving account, you're dead. You're dead here. Imagine keeping cash in an account here, let's say a high yield savings account, and you're not even giving a fraction of a fraction of a fraction, not even close to what the actual rate of inflation is. It's theft on an unimaginable scale, and this is what's been going on here since the meltdown of 2008. Artificially suppressed rates here have robbed the middle class blind of trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars in realized wealth, all in an effort here to transfer wealth from the middle class right up to the 1%ers. And it's not going to stop. And what the ECB now is doing, and which the Federal Reserve will and must follow suit, it has to happen. You see, the European Central Bank and the Federal Reserve always work in tandem. When one central bank does something, the ECB, let's say, the Fed must follow suit. Period. Already, people, there is a Herculean effort, I like that word, Herculean effort to stabilize the bond market. We understand what happened. You and I, look, they're going to try to convince us that what we witnessed with our own eyes didn't happen. That was an uncontrolled sell-off in the debt market. We saw the 10-year yield, bang, 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 going from where it is now, about 2.9 up to 3, just a hair over 3.5 in a matter of days. Okay, unprecedented. And what happened? European Central Bank jumps in here, Federal Reserve jumps in here, trying to stabilize the debt market, and now we get the ECB with their unlimited bond buying program here. It's amazing. We know what they're going to do pretty much before they do it. We understood, you and I, clearly that more action was going to be taken. Unlimited bond buying program, what are we talking about here? Billions? Tens of billions? Hundreds of billions? Trillions? Well, it's unlimited. They can do whatever they want. And that's going to, believe me, this is going to be the new thing. I explained to you in the video that I did this morning, which if you haven't seen it, I would urge you to go to my channel and check out the video I did this morning. Global debt is ballooning at its fastest pace ever in history. And this mechanism must be fueled. It must be kept in place here. It can't stop. This is why we don't have a budget or anything else. In other words, it's unlimited spending based upon a crisis to crisis to crisis management system being funded by puppet governments and the real government, which is central banks. I'm pointing to my hat here, Federal Reserve. Get rid of the Fed. But you all know this, again, better than anybody else. So with that said here, what should you be doing? What's the takeaway from this? If we realize that now the European Central Bank is going to be using a new tool, again, they have one tool. The European Central Bank is no different than the Federal Reserve. All they do is manipulate and issue debt. The goal of every central bank is to issue as much debt as they possibly can, to inflate and then inflate more. That's their goal. End game. Continue to inflate. And they're going to continue to do this in an effort, again, to super hyperinflate the global debt bubble, which eventually is going to burst. And when that bubble bursts, again, what are they going to do? Here comes a new system. But they're gonna wait. As I covered recently, I think this was yesterday, they got to hit the people of the world at just the right time. A moment where they're going to get the most effect, where the largest outcry from the people is going to occur. And then, again, what's going to happen as usual? These same people are going to go to the same entities who have caused the problem and ask them for help. And the whole system is going to be flipped upside down. Again, it's going to be a system run by, again, central banks who are the one world government we've all been warned about since forever here. It's going to be a maximum control. Forget about freedoms and liberties and everything else. It's all just going away. And people are going to be willing to do it. That's just why they need to create as many slaves to the system as possible. They need dependents, and they need legions of them, millions, tens of millions, billions of slaves to the system. So again, these people, they're dependent on the system. Hey, give me that check. This is how I need to survive. And they will support the system because they're dependent on it. You understand? I think you do. But again, today's move here, I love this. The European Central Bank will unveil an unlimited bond buying tool next week to help markets better adjust to steeper and faster interest rate increases. Higher than previously thought. Unbelievable. Well, I want to hear from you. What do you think about this? Are you surprised or shocked to hear about this? I don't think you are. I think every single person that follows this blog, well, you're going, of course, this is what they're going to do. And they're not done. You can expect a lot more to come here. What does this mean for the markets, for the stock market? Well, we'll see. If the market is promised an unlimited bond buying program, that's going to fuel this market in a big way. Earnings don't matter. Forward guidance don't matter. Even a strong dollar wouldn't matter in here. And believe me, that's the big worry here. The strong dollar is going to potentially hurt multinational corporations here because of the exchange rate. But that all goes out the window when you have central banks with unlimited firepower. In fact, so unlimited, they can go on an unlimited bond buying spree to the tune of, well, I don't know how many zeros you want to put behind that. It's endless. There's no cap, but the trade-off here is higher inflation, and they know that. This is what they're doing. They're deliberately inflating, and you know this if you've been following this blog. I've been telling you this since, I don't know, time immemorial. Yeah, time immemorial. It's not going to stop, people. You've heard this guy say that. It's not going to stop. I'll tell you, we're going to a slave planet. We already have one, but it's going to be something that I don't think anyone can even perceive at this point. It's going to be epic. Absolutely freaking epic. All right, people, look, this guy, he loves you a lot. It's Friday. So I'm going to leave you off with my favorite three things, and I want you to bring it in. Don't just sit back in your chair, okay? We got to get close for this because it's the most important thing, especially in this environment. You ready? You know what I'm going to do, right? Love each other, care about each other, be charitable. People, it's so important. Okay, we can change the world. You and I. Okay, pretend I'm talking to you alone. Okay, just you and not thousands and thousands of people. Just you and me. We can change the world. Okay, if we just adopt these three things: loving each other, caring about each other, and being charitable, we can change the freaking world. And we're going to need each other. As I always tell you, as we move forward into this new thing as yet to be defined, extreme control, slave planet. it's crazy to see this happening. But all right, look, with that said, I'll see all of you Sunday. I will do my markets a look ahead on Sunday. Please, if you think I've covered anything here that people need to understand or need to hear about, I'm going to urge you to share the video. You know what makes this guy happy? A thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. Greg, you know what? You're doing a good job. I support your work. I'm going to share it. That makes, it makes my day. And this is not just my thing. How many years have I explained to you, this is not just Greg Mannarino's thing. We're a family here. We're a global family with hundreds of thousands of people that follow this blog. I think we've started something really big, and I think we're making a difference. I really do. Together, we need each other, and I need you, and I would like to think that you need me too. We need each other, okay? All right, look, I could go on and on about this stuff here. It's so important to me. All right, look, love you a lot. Please share this. Please comment. I'll see you Sunday. Wow.